Forest. In a forest, Momo suddenly appears jumping from a tree to another tree. Team Avatar is seen following him, and Momo lands on a roadside kiosk. Team Avatar is arriving at it, walking toward a poster on the kiosk presented in the middle of the crossroad. This should give us a good idea of what's around here, Guitarist said. I bet we'll find something to eat here, pointing at the poster. The Earth, the Fire Day Festival. Momo jumps down and begins reading out the poster. Fire Nation natural exhibits, jugglers, vendors, magicians, trunks to Katara. This would be a great place for me to study some real firebenders. The Fire Days Festival. This thing, uh, I think we need some disguises, Sai said. Get your genuine fire festival mask here, the mask dealer said. That was surprisingly easy, said. The gang chooses 11 masks. Tara chooses a lady with makeup. Saka a blue smiling mask with around the rim, and Aang, who chooses a red mask with a frown on it. Sai chooses a green version of the blue spirit mask. Eno chooses a purple version of the blue spirit mask. Naruto chooses a red version of the blue spirit mask. Hinata chooses a pink version of the blue spirit mask. Shikamaru chooses a copy of the blue spirit mask. Sakura chooses a yellow version of the blue spirit mask. Sasuke chooses a orange version of the blue spirit mask. Tamari chooses a black version of the blue spirit mask. Katara removes Sokka's mask, revealing him to the front, and Aang's mask, revealing him to the one smiling. She places Sokka's original mask over Aang's face and Aang's over Sokka's. Thank you. For my next trick, I need a volunteer from the audience, Miyu said. How about you, little lady? Murku asked. Well, backing away, said. Ah, she's shy. Let's give her some encouragement, folks, Miyu said. This next trick is called Taming the Dragon. Well, sitting her down in a chair and tying her up, you will be my captured princess. Don't worry, young maiden, I will tame this fiery beast. It's too strong. I can't hold it, Miu said. We got to help her, Ing said. The rope is breaking, Miu said. Ing saves Ino, well, his with his ear bending. This grips the flames is and rays of color. Well, he loses his mask in the process. Hey, you trying? Hey, you trying to upstage me, kid? You asked. Ing started doing a goofy dance as everyone boos at him in and for running the trick. Hey, that kid's the Avatar, a citizen said. Aang stops dancing and runs. I think it's time for us to go, Sokka said. What a drag, Shikamaru said. Follow me, I can get you out of here, Chi said. The kids followed Chi. Sometime later. So, the Avatar was here, and you let him slip away? Emerald Zhao asked, nourished. Yes, sir, but other than that, the vessel went off without a hitch. A huge piece of burning planks of wood in falls in the background with a massive crash, making the guard twitch. No fights. Death was down. The guard captain said. Interrupted. I don't care about your local crime rates, Emerald Zhao said. Which way did they go? Emerald Zhao asked. They headed into the forest up the river. I suspect, the guard captain said. Ready the river boats. We're going after the Avatar, Emerald Zhao said. Zhang Zhang's camp. Aang walks into Zhang Zhang's cottage. He takes a deep breath, puts the parts the curtain, and walks into the darkness. A dark figure sits cross-legged amongst the semicircle of candles. His back to Aang. Get out, Zhang said. Master, I need to learn firebending, Aang said. Only a fool seeks his own demise, Zhang said. I'm the Avatar, it's my destiny to, Aang started to say, but gets interrupted. Destiny? What would a boy know of destiny? If a fish lives its whole life in this river, does it know the river's destiny? Zhang asked. No, only the only it only that it runs on and on out of its control. He may follow where it flows, but he cannot see the end. He can't imagine the ocean, Zhang said. Okay, but it's the Avatar's duty to master all of the bending disciplines, Ing said. To master the bending disciplines, you must first master discipline yourself, but you have no interest in this, so I have no interest in you. Now get out, Zhang said. Please, I have to learn. This could be my only chance, Aang said. Are you deaf? How can I teach you if you refuse to listen? Zhang asked. Before learning firebending, you must learn water and earth. Water is cool and smoothing. Earth is string is steady and stable. But fire is alive. It breathes, it grows. Without the bender, a rock will not throw itself, but fire will spread and destroy everything in its path if one does not have the will to control it. That is its destiny. You are not ready. You are too weak, Zhang said. At this final distance, the candles around Zhang versus flames up an illusion to enter before quickly going getting out. A vision in front of Zhang is begins as one candle is seen lit in front of the firebender. A tree is in the background, bending the distance. In front of him stands Avatar Roku. You think I am weak? Avatar Roku asked. Avatar Roku. No, no, I did not mean that, Zhang said. I have mastered the elements 1,000 times in 1,000 lifetimes. Now I must do it once again. You will teach the Avatar. Fire bending. He raises his hand in an leash of the tree, beginning John with fire bending. With fire bending. Elder Roku said. Elder Roku and the tree and the fire vanish. Yes, yes, I will teach you, John said. Really? Aang asked. That's great, Aang said. Raises his hands happily. John groans in dismay. Ugh. Frustrated at this may not end well. John sighs. Ugh. Some time later, Aang tosses it into the tosses the fire into the air and spreads his arms out. For a second, he has a smile on his face, but it vanishes as he accidentally burns Katara's hands. Katara shakes in pain. Katara, I'm sorry, Aang said. Sometime later, Katara, who is sticking by a creek due to the pain her of her burns, she dips her hands in. They they glow brightly, and a few seconds later, her hands are healed. You have healing abilities. The great benders of the water tribe sometimes have this ability. I've always wished I was blessed like you, free from this burning curse, Zhang Zhang said. But you're a great master. You have powers I will never know, Katara said. Water bending, healing. Oh, water brings life. Oh, sorry. Water brings healing and life, but fire brings only destruction and pain. It forces those of us burdened with its curse to walk a razor's edge between humanity and savagery, especially when we are torn apart, John said. Suddenly, the water is forced from them, blessed with flames. John gets up and gets into a decent bending stance and breaks the flames with that wash over him and Katara. The Jiao River boats come towards them before go. Get your friends and flee. Do not come back here, or you will all be destroyed. Hurry, Zhang said. Sometime later, Katara enters the cottage to find Aang sulking. Zhang tried to tell me that I wasn't ready. I wouldn't listen. I'm never going to firebend again, Aang said. You'll have to eventually, Katara said. No, never again, Aang said. It's okay, Aang. I'm healed, Katara said, surprised. What? How? Aang asked. I'll explain later, but right now we have to get out of here. Zhao and his soldiers are attacking, Katara said. Flashback. Sighs briefly. I had a pupil once who had no intention in learning discipline. He was only concerned with the power of fire. How could he he could how could he use it to destroy his opponents and wipe out the obstacles in his path? But fire is a horrible burden to bear. Its nature is to consume, and without control it destroys everything around it. While he was speaking, Zhao on his remote boat, several men attacking him. But the fiends but he fends them off easily, leaving the fire in his wake. Zhang said, present day, sometime later. Look at you. Oh, looking at you, you were once so great. I can't believe my former master has become nothing more than a simple savage. Emerald Zhao said, it is you. It is you who have embraced savagery, Zhao. Zhang said, it's Emerald Zhao now, he said, that title will not help you against the Avatar. Do you try to fight him? You are no match, Zhang said. Zhang, Aang said. We'll see. Men, take the deserter, Emerald Zhao said. Zhang, surrounded it by fire benders, and stops short in horror as they close in. Zhang remarks and wraps himself in a ball of flames. When the flames completely disappear, Zhang is nowhere to be seen. Angrily, it's a trick. He's running to the woods. Find him. Facing Aang, let's find out what my old master has taught you, Emerald Zhao said, shocked. You were Zhang's student, Aang said. Until I got bored, Emerald Zhao said. Zhao throws a fireball at Aang. It seems he taught you how to duck and run like a coward, but I doubt he showed you what a firebender is truly capable of, Emerald Zhao said, throwing another fireball instant throwing another instant fireball. Whoa, wild shot, roars with anger. I'll show you wild, Emerald Zhao Wild shot, Aang said. Roars with anger. I'll show you wild, Emerald Zhao said. Aang looks over his shoulder where Emerald Zhao just burned. No self-control, Aang said. He gets an idea. Stand up and fight, Avatar, Emerald Zhao said mockingly. Oh, were we fighting? I thought you were just getting warmed up, Aang said. Burns in angrily at the remark. I was, Emerald Zhao said. Shoots another fireball. Emerald Zhao fires mostly more fireballs, which all miss. Is that all you got? Aang asked. Man, they'll make anyone an emerald these days, Aang said, nervously getting best. Aang cups his hands over his hands to sound louder. Ahoy! Shaking his butt at Emerald Zhao. I'm Emerald Zhao, Aang said. Emerald Zhao gets even angrier, and Aang nervously nearly gets blasted again. I don't know why, but I thought you would be better than Zuko, Aang said. Aang looks disappointed when he said this. His eyes went wide, and his lies down on the deck fast enough to avoid the Bunsen burn, mocking Zhao's fire bending. Slappy, very slappy, Aang said. Nowhere to run now, you little smart mouth, Emerald Zhao said, having dodged a series of blasts from Emerald Zhao on several ships. You've lost this battle, Aang said, irritated but baffled. Are ya crazy? Emerald Zhao asked. You haven't thrown a single blow, Emerald Zhao said. No, but you have. Aang, no, but you have. He gently runs. All the boats are on fire and shaking. Zhang said you had no restraint. Jumps into the water. Have a nice walk home, Aang said. Sometime later. Team Avatar is on Appa and they fly away.